Assalamualaikum. My name is Sunya Fazura binti Abdullah and my metric number is PC24137. For this slide, I will be explaining the history of the quality approach, specifically the Deming cycle or PDCA cycles. The quality approach began with the ideas of Walter Schauer, who introduced the Plan, Do, See model to help organizations improve their work processes. The PDCA cycles consist of four main steps. First is Plan, where problems are identified and solutions are planned. Second is Do, where the plan is implemented. Third is Check, where the results are monitored and evaluated. Finally, Act, where improvements are made based on the finding. After World War II, this approach was introduced in Japan and was widely adopted by successful companies such as Toyota to improve product quality and operational efficiency. Because of its effectiveness, the PDCA cycle is now used by organizations around the world as a method of continuous improvement. That's all from my presentation. Thank you.
Good afternoon, madam. Today I'm going to talk about the core concept of the Deming cycle. So today I'm going to present the four stages of PDCA cycle, which stands for plan, do, check, and act. So the first one is plan. The first stage is plan. In this stage, the organization identifies a problem or an area that needs improvement. The study current the study they study the current situation, find the root causes of the issue and create solutions. This includes setting objectives, develop strategies, and preparing an action plan. For example, if a company receives many customer complaints about late deliveries, management will investigate the causes. They might find poor scheduling or transportation delays. So the purpose of this stage is to create clear and organized solutions before making any changes. So the second stage is do. This is where the plan is put into action. Usually the organization tests the solution on a small scale first instead of applying it wherever immediately. Employees may be trained, the new process is introduced, and data is collected throughout the implementation. For example, the company may test a new delivery scheduling system in just one department for 1 month. The purpose is to see whether the solution works effectively while minimizing the risk. And the third stage is check. Here, the organization reviews the results of the changes that were implemented. They compare actual results with what they expected, analyze performance data, and identify strengths and weaknesses. For example, the company checks whether deliveries delays decrease after using the new scheduling system. They may also review customer feedback and delivery records. The purpose of this stage is to evaluate whether the improvement was successful. And the final stage is act. Based on the results from check stage, the organization decides what to do next. If the solution is successful, it becomes a standard practice and may be applied across the whole organization. If the solution was not fully successful, improvements are made and the cycle starts again. For example, if the new scheduling system reduces delays, the company introduces it company-wide. If not, they adjust the system and they continue improving it. The purpose is to ensure continuous improvement and long-term success.
Now let's look at the plan stage of a PDCA cycle. In this phase, the organization identifies problems, analyzes their root causes, and develops improvement plans. Several quality tools can be used to support planning. A flowchart helps visualize the process flow, while the fishbone diagram identifies the possible causes of the problem. A Pareto chart highlights the most significant issues based on the 80/20 principle. Brainstorming encourages the generation of ideas and solutions, and a check sheet is used to collect and organize initial data. These tools help ensure that improvement efforts are based on a fact and systematic analysis. Next is the do stage. This phase focuses on implementation and plan solution on a small scale or as a trial. Common tools used include a checklist to ensure processes are followed correctly and consistently. Training materials or standard operating procedures or SOP help guide employees during implementation. Pilot testing allows the organization to evaluate the new method before full-scale development. In addition, data collection forms are used to record results and observations during the trial period. The main objective of this stage is to test the solution to gather relevant information. The third stage is check. Here, the organization evaluates where the implemented improvement has achieved the desired result. Several quality tools are useful in this space, such as a control chart to monitor process performance over time, while the histogram helps analyze data distribution and variation. A scatter diagram is used to study relationship between variable and identify patterns. Inspection reports compare performance before and after the changes were made. By using these tools, organization can determine if the improvement is effective and identify areas that still need attention. Finally, we have the A stage. This phase focuses on standardizing successful improvements and taking corrective action between when it's necessary. Standard operating procedures (SOP) are updated to ensure best practices are consistently followed. An audit checklist helps verify compliance and maintain standards. Documenting reports record lessons learned and improvement outcomes for future reference. In addition, continuous improvement meetings are conducted to review results and plan to the next cycle improvement. The stage ensures that improvements are sustained and the organization continues to grow through ongoing quality enhancement.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Akmal Haikal bin Azhar, PC24138. Today I will talk about a real world application. For the first one is a manufacturing industry. First of all, in manufacturing, the problem was high product defects. And the second one is a plan and do. We found the root cause and calibrate the machine. The third one is a check and action. We analyze the new result and standardize the process. And the last one is result. This successfully reduce defect and increase overall productivity. Okay, for the next slide is a healthcare industry. In healthcare, the issue was long patent waiting time. For the plan and do, we studied the registration process and introduced a digital queue system. For the check and action, we monitor the waiting time and fully implemented the new system. Okay, for the result, it led to faster service and higher patient satisfaction. Okay, for the third slide is a restaurant and service industry. In the restaurant industry, the challenge was slow customer service. For the plan and do, we identify peak hour, bottlenecks, and hired temporary staff. For the chair and action, we evaluate the new speed and create a better work schedule. For the result, this gave us faster service and fewer customer complaints. Okay, for the next slide is education sector. For education, the focus was on low student performance. For the plan and do, we analyze learning blocks and apply new teaching methods. For the check and action, we reviewed student progress and continued the best strategies. For the result, it brought better learning outcome and improved teaching quality. Okay, for the next slide is business management. Finally, In business management, the hurdle was poor workflow efficiency. For the plan and do, we map out workflow issues and test a new process. For the check and action, we monitor employee performance and log in the improved workflow. For the result, this result in better communication and more efficiency daily operation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syazari Imam bin Ahmad Syarizal, PC 24198. So for my part is concrete application. So from Kurnia and Setiawan 1 2021, quality improvement of smartphone assembly process using Lean Six Sigma and PDCA method. Journal of Industrial Engineering and Management. We focus on quality control in factory setting. So the problem is a smartphone assembly line has a 15% defect rate in screen installations, and the plan is to identify the root cause such as dust or improper calibration and design a new clean room protocol. So what we're gonna do is implement the new protocol on one pilot production line for 2 weeks. So what we have to check is compare defect rates. Did they drop below the target of 2% or not? And act if successful, roll out the protocol across all assembly lines. If not, refine the plan. So for the next concrete applications, improving customer service response time. What we focus in this part is service industry or e-commerce. For example, the problem is customer support takes an average of 24 hours to reply to emails, leading to negative reviews. So the plan is introduce an AI-powered chatbot for basic queries and new ticketing triage system. So what we're gonna do is train the support team on the new system and launch it for 30-day trial. What we have to check is monitor the average response time, analyze if customer satisfaction CSAT scores increase or not. If yes, standardize the ticketing system as the new normal and update the employee training manual. This is from month P 2023, integrating AI-driven chatbots in e-commerce customer service. A PDCA approach to optimizing response latency and user experience. International Journal of Information Management, 68, page 102 to 115. So for the last part, for concrete applications, is optimizing hospital patient discharge. So what we focus in this part is healthcare efficiency. For example, the problem is patient wait over 4 hours to be discharged after being cleared by doctors, causing bed shortages. So for the plan is we create a digital discharge checklist shared between doctors, pharmacy and billing. What we're gonna do is test the digital checklist in the surgical ward for 1 month. And what we have to check is audit the discharge times. Did the wait time drop to 1 hour goal or not? If yes, we integrate the checklist into the hospital main electronic health record EHR system. This is from Icon LHN Hospital 2022, streamlining hospital discharge processes using the PDCA cycle and electronic health records. Journal of Healthcare Quality and Patient Safety.
In conclusion, the Deming cycle is an important quality management method that focuses on continuous improvement. It uses the PDCA process, which stands for Plan, Do, Check and Act. These cycles help organizations identify problems, reduce mistakes and improve efficiency in their operations. As a result, product and service quality can be enhanced consistently. Today, the Deming cycle is widely used across many industries around the world because of its effectiveness in achieving better performance and customer satisfaction.